Good morning. It is 7:30 on Monday of our spring break. So I am trying to get some work done before the kids wake up because once they are up, I will not be able to work. So I thought I'd update you on some good news and some things I'm struggling with. The good news is that the SEO is working. I have repeatedly now seen that when I update my key terms for my resources, I am selling them, whereas I wasn't selling them very much before. So I'm excited about that. I even had an experience where I took resources that had like 4 views and I updated them and I actually sold them this morning. So that was exciting news, and it's just the motivation I need to keep going with that as I work through my resources. What I'm struggling with is I pulled my Engage New York resources because they were violating copyright. So now I have to make the decision about when I relist them without any Engage New York branding. So the activities are mine. I just need to take off any reference to Engage New York or their modules or their lessons. So, and I have like 1,000 of them. So, and that's not an exaggeration, literally 1,000, because I broke them down so specifically so that teachers could find exactly what they needed, which is going to be good because they are paired really well with Common Core standards. It's just going to take time to do that. So I started working on it because I thought this will be just good. I'll take a break with it. But then I also thought, I only have a year. Is this how I want to spend my time? And then I have sold a few in the past couple days that they've been listed. So that tells me that people need this. They're digital math activities. So obviously right now that's important. So I have to make that decision. I had decided I was going to wait and get my science units built first and then work on that. But now I'm thinking, should I put time toward that? I haven't made my decision yet, but it is something I'm struggling with right now. I also thought I'd show you my dashboard so that you can see where I am with my goal. I know I said I was at $0, but it doesn't really make sense to count from the middle of the month. So I'll count from the beginning of the month, and I believe it said I was at $545 for this month. So this is my dashboard for March, and it looks okay. You can see I've gotten over $100 a couple times, but if you compare it to last year, it was much higher on some days, and that is normal. But also, I used to sell Engage New York resources. I started making them when I was teaching using Engage New York, and I found that the practice they provided really wasn't enough for my students. Anyway, I recently learned that that is in violation of their copyright, and so before any action was taken, I decided to pull it back myself. And so you can see here that I am lower, but if I go here and unclick select all and start clicking my existing resources, it's only going to compare what I sold of these last year and this year. And some of this is new, so I didn't have it in my store last year, so that creates a little bit of a false positive. But you can see that I'm actually on track where I was last year if you only count the products that I am actually selling. And I am really excited about that because I have so many fewer products now than I used to have. So I'm excited about that. Okay, so you can see the point there. And then you can, obviously on these days, I haven't had them this year yet, so I can't compare those yet. So I was excited about that. But if I'm going to reach my goal, I need these numbers to be way higher consistently. And so the question I am having is, how do I do that? So I have to do 100 times almost that much in 1 year to meet my goal. It's a big goal, and that's good. We should always have goals that are big. How I'm going to do it, hopefully the search engine optimization is the way to go. I mean, I know it is, and I've read that it takes a few months for Google to really key into that. So hopefully it'll get even bigger and bigger over the next few months. I have to make the decision about the math resources and I have to keep working on my science units. I'm really, these are taking longer because I'm coming up with a process. I read the E-Myth, which was recommended by one of my teachers. And it said you have to have a process for everything so that you can replace yourself. And having other people do work for me has been something I have struggled with. Just like he said in the book, everybody thinks you can do it the best and that nobody else is going to care about your business the way you do. And I definitely have been feeling that way. So that is why I've been struggling with it, but making the processes I think will help, and it will help me standardize so that everything looks the same way. You can definitely see in my store where I was trying new things, and so everything's a little bit different. And so once I finish these science units, I'm gonna have to go back and standardize all the old stuff. So I definitely have a lot to do. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking and get working because I only have probably an hour until people are up and need help. Have a great day.